Hi, this is Amanda with Parapro class. This is day 1, main idea and primary purpose. This is video 4, and we're going to talk about fallacies in text. There are 6 fallacies in text that we're going to talk about: analogy, circular reasoning, false dichotomy, overgeneralization, slippery slope, and ad hominem. So let's start with analogy. So false analogy. So fallacies just means something is not true, okay? So false analogy means the author wants the reader to think that two similar things are alike when they are actually very different. So let's give you an example of this. People who need coffee in the morning to face the day are the same as those who need a drink of alcohol to face a challenging day. Do you think those people are the same thing? If I go to Starbucks every day, am I going to get a DUI? No. So those are not the same, but that is a great example of a false analogy. Those two things are not the same. You can't get a DUI. You could maybe get a caffeinated UI, or I guess driving under DUC, driving under caffeine, but you can't get a driving under the influence with coffee. So that is what we call a false analogy. Circular reasoning. For this one, I want you to think of it like a circle. It just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller in on itself like that, okay? So circular reasoning is creating an argument where the proof or the evidence is the same as the conclusion. So 18-year-olds have the right to vote because it is legal for them to vote. So that doesn't make much sense. It is legal for them to vote. That's why they have the right to vote. So we're going to need more information than that. We need more evidence or support. Why do they have the right to vote? Why 18-year-olds? They can drink at 21. They can get married at 18. They can join the military at 18. But why? Why do they have those rights? We need more information than that. False dichotomy. So the DI, this equals 2 here, okay? Dichotomy. Think about diameter in math. Diameter cuts your circle in half, right? So this is an argument set up with only two choices, despite there being other options. My favorite example of this is you're either with us or against us. No, I don't have any interest in either side here, so I'm just gonna watch you two argue. There's other options. I can watch, I can just leave. There's a lot of options, right? Overgeneralization. This is if you have anxiety, if you're a parent and you are just anxious parent, you have little kids going to school for the first time, this is your brain. This is a conclusion drawn based on a single experience rather than the big picture. I want you to think about Chicken Little. If you ever remember the story of Chicken Little, the sky is falling. This is him, okay? After going to a job interview and finding out we didn't get the job, we conclude, I'll never get a job, okay? Everything is just bad. I'm never gonna get the job. I'm never gonna this. I'm never gonna get that. You know, it's just one little thing means all the things. Overgeneralization. Slippery slope. I want you to think about a hill with snow, and then you have a snowball that's about to roll down this hill and just keep getting bigger, okay? This means a series of events is explored. They can even be connected, and this creates a snowball effect. So, if you don't take calculus, you won't be accepted into the master's program you want. Therefore, if you fail tomorrow's math test, you won't get a master's degree. What? So we got a big jump here, okay? So you fail math test tomorrow, you won't get a master's degree, you won't take calculus, you won't get accepted into the master's program. What? Huge jump here, slippery slope. They're kind of connected because it's all math, but that's a really big jump, okay? So that's your slippery slope. It just keeps building, it keeps getting bigger. Kind of related, but it doesn't make sense. That's also anxiety, right? Ad hominem, this is your Facebook groups, okay? You'll see this all the time on your Facebook when people argue on their Facebook. This is an argument that is rebutted. That means to fight against by attacking the person that's making the argument. So you have no idea what you're talking about. You've only lived here for 6 months. You don't know anything about that city. You've only lived there for 6 months. You don't even pay those bills. You don't know how much things cost. You this, you that. Okay, so you're attacking the person who makes the argument instead of their argument. That's what we call ad hominem. All right, for my students, I want you to work on you have a quiz on Canvas for this one. I also want you to do comparing text and compare, contrast, and comprehend lessons on Aztec.